Counsel, and I didn't mean to be rude when I said sit down, but I didn't need to hear what you said because my decision was made when I did what I did yesterday. If you're willing, give him a phone number. He can call and tell you what he finds out. Mr. Rochelle, you should really stop talking. You're ahead, and that can change. Counsel, you can sit down. We put a lot of effort into trying to make sure anybody from Ramos PD that wanted to go to the funeral could go to the funeral today. The only files that I had requests on to adjourn for that reason were adjourned. So today, I'm going to dismiss the felony charge. Obviously, it's without prejudice. You can refile if you want to. But I tried to avoid this from happening yesterday by saying, tell me which ones are of a problem and I'll deal with them. And I thought we did a great job doing it. If you want to move forward with the misdemeanor, let's do it today.
Yes, we will move forward with the misdemeanors. Right?
Well, I guess I'm confused because you were here for a felony prelim, so I don't know what's.
Well, the felony's been dismissed. They may or may not recharge. If I've still got an active misdemeanor, we can pre-try it. I'm not telling you got to go to trial today. I'm saying we can pre-try the misdemeanor.
Yes, but our office position is to move forward with the cases that aren't dismissed. So the two misdemeanors. But then don't want to move forward.
I've got one misdemeanor disturbing the peace, and I've got a felony that I just dismissed.
You guys want to move forward? Can you please state your name for the record? Stephen Blackburn.
Blackburn? Thank you. Thank you.
You want to move forward?
Give me a second, I'm sorry.
Well, you can have your discussion and then state it for the record so that it's legal.
Counsel, and I didn't mean to be rude when I said sit down, but I didn't need to hear what you said because my decision was made when I did what I did yesterday.
Judge, I do want to thank the court for being very proactive yesterday.
No, that's no need. I know. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just. Mr. Mohammed, do you know anything about our 1230 Harris file?
So on that case, it's a special.
That's not you? Harris, Andre Harris, 1230.
That's Patricia Management.
Oh, it is?
That one should be holding.
Hey,
And then the 1 p.m. robbery is also a different prosecutor. It's the elder abuse prosecutor.
oh, okay. Thank you.
Brittany who?
Maddox or Murdoch's, I can't recall the extension.
And that's on Adams?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
artist and.
Hey, Joe, put Mandernack on notice. I'm ready to start hers. Because this is either going to be a plea or a dismissal or a pretrial or a dismissal, and I'm not going to be able to hold off too long.
Just I was familiar with misdemeanors, go with the felony.
Sure.
So what are we doing?
See if he's got an offer, take a deal, or set it for trial. And Hadley's still out there. We've got one of our misdemeanor MIDC attorneys is here. Yeah. Yeah, we can have Mr. Hadley speak to Mr. Rochelle about that one if you want. I just want to accomplish something if we can, so it's not a completely wasted day.
There's no resolution. She knows, Tricia.
Hadley's still out there working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she. Hello.
Oh, I don't care. Is there any paperwork?
Do we have paperwork? What's his last name? Last name. Check.
Okay. Judge, if I can then just want your, the victims, I
Sure.
want to have.
Sure. Come on up to the podium if you would, gentlemen. Good. State your names on the record.
Black.
All right, gentlemen, raise your right hand. Swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today. Thank you. Go ahead, Bill.
Thank you. Gentlemen, is it your intention not to move forward with this case in regards to the misdemeanors that you're associated with?
Yes.
Yeah, are you making this decision freely and voluntarily? Have you been threatened or harassed in any way to come to this conclusion?
No.
Okay, but at this time, the people with no late loss in regards to the misdemeanors.
No objection from defense?
Yes.
Granted. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time.
Oh, Judge, one last thing.
Sure.
Lion's hat that I guess is still in.
I'm sorry, what?
An autographed lion's hat that's still in police.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if you, I don't know, if they send a, property release order, I don't know. What you're-
Let's see if the detective knows anything about that. Maybe we can handle it informally. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yes, Mr. Rochelle, you have, oh, now. Or Mr. Rochelle was working an autographed lion's hat that they came back. You know, we're trying to.
So if they took it as property, it wasn't property. Not property. If it's ever a property, so no. Then I'd have to inquire to the arresting officers. If where the property's at, I don't want to speak for them, they said, I have to ask the officer.
Jeff, would you mind checking into that?
They're not-
Counsel, if you're willing, give him a phone number and he can call and tell you what he finds out. You want our help or don't you?
I'm sorry, you want mine?
Yeah, I can take the number in and I'll ask the, or I can put you in contact with someone that would know where to find your property.
What do you got, Josh?
Okay.
If like your clients, if they didn't take it, then I'm like, what's out there. But
Mr. Rochelle, you should really stop talking. You're ahead, and that can change. All right, Mr. Brandon, you filed paperwork to set aside 2 convictions from '09, malicious destruction and domestic violence, correct? All right, and you missed 2 court dates, April 24, 24 and June 6, 24. And you're late by 3 hours and 15 minutes today. Why the hell should I do you a favor?
I apologize because actually I had a couple days. My car was stolen this morning. I'm running paperwork in.
I don't care.
And
You're asking me for a favor. You stood me up twice and you're late today. Why do you deserve a favor?
that's not, I've been doing it right.
It is a favor,
I'm a truck driver, so the time I've been missing, I can't get off the road.
but I have no obligation to do this for you. That makes it a favor. Then why weren't you here? Where were you at the first time it's scheduled?
I'm a truck driver. They have me all the way on the side of town. They don't bring me back if I don't get no low. So I've been trying to get low.
Well, when did, all right, April 24 was your court date. When did you know you wouldn't be in Michigan on April 24?
When the people don't get their low back, I drive for a company. So they don't get me back to Michigan. I told them I need to get back to Michigan the day before. So they don't bring me back. I can't.
So tell me how these convictions on your record are causing you a hardship.
Because I'm trying to start my own company.
What do you want to do?
I have some meeting with CEO list right now. So I'm starting my own
So you
company.
want to be an owner operator.
Yes. I'm getting my own order,
All right. How are the convictions going to prevent you from doing that?
getting contracts with companies.
All right. All right. Well, you want the good news or the bad news? Which one you want first? I'm not drafting your order for you. The good news is if you draft the order, I'll sign it, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. So I got to have an order to sign to make this official.
Okay.
When attorneys do this, they bring in the proposed order. So you need an order. Now I'll be really nice to you and tell you if you ask Mr. Hadley out there when he's got a minute, he'll probably assist you so you can get this done. Mr. Hadley's the court appointed attorney.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
EOS,
Mm-hmm.
attorney made this, he was retained in.
Well,
Okay. So should I have him put first on the grab file?
Here. Notes.
No, sorry, Adams. Oh, do you want me to have him grab Adams? If you guys are ready?
Well, I am on, I'm coming, we're gonna go.
Okay. And then Adams.
Appearances on Doe.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, Mohammed on behalf.
Hey, please, it's on over four, living notes, 796, defendant serving. On behalf of Mr. Jesse Doe.
Thank you.
Judge, I've had an opportunity to speak with the victim advocate, and he spoke with the complaining witness who indicated to her that he does not want to move forward. The complaining witness was that, the officer in charge is present. We're unable to move forward without the complaining witness.
You waiting for a motion or you getting alley cross?
It's up to,
I don't care. I just want to know what I write on the file.
Mr. Doe is currently incarcerated in Peanut County Jail, so it's unable to appear. And I would ask that, given that if there is no witness prepared to bring forward, this business. On Peanut County Jail.
but I don't think we should make a decision without the complaining or without the defendant present.
Why? If the complainant doesn't want to go, what are we going to drive the guy out from Arizona so the complainant can say, I'm not going forward? Case dismissed. Although, Joe, maybe you and I could go out to Arizona and bring him back. Maybe we better rethink that. Are we ready on Harris?
Yes, Your Honor.
We lost Miss Taylor.
No, it's not that. Oh.
Yeah.
Brittany behind.
You got another one ready, Mr. Noakes? Who's that? Got him.
We.
Okay. All right. Mr. Adams, can you hear me? Stay there. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
You can stay there. Counsel? Your parents?
Bring back on the people.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, may it please the honorable court, William Mills, P42796, in the name of the federal service. Court, on behalf of Mr. Artis.
Thank you. Mr. Adams, do you understand the purpose for a preliminary exam?
Yes, sir.
You discussed your rights and options with counsel?
Yes.
You understand all those?
Yes, I do.
You understand if you waive the exam, I'm going to send this file downtown to the circuit court level. So the next court, I can't talk. So the next court date will be at the circuit court level, not at the district court where we're at today. You understand all that? Understanding that, are you waiving your exam freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, sir.
Counsels, are you satisfied with the waiver?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Adams, I will wish you luck downtown. I will continue your bond and I will ask you to give me a signature in just a minute.
Take it.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you, counsels.
Prior condition of the bond, what if it was not, or just ask for no contact? Then in the same, building, however,
What I've got on the, right now, it's, do not enter third floor of 36500 Bibbins.
thank you.
Satisfied? All right, Joe, I'm done.
That guy for the set aside. The guys came in, said, form and print out a form. He goes, what do I bring? The counter, said,
Yeah, that should work.
okay.
Hey, if the guy brings his order for his set-asides, brings it back, just gives it to the counter, it'll make its way to me, won't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. You all set now?
Your Honor.
Have a nice day. Motorola? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Motorola phone, unmute. Motorola phone, unmute yourself. Who are you?
Robert Lake,
Robert Lake?
Lake.
You are 1 minute late for your preliminary exam that is scheduled live at the 34th District Court in Romulus.
I was trying to get it programmed in the phone.
You're supposed to be here live.
Oh, my lawyer, he was, we were supposed to do it. I couldn't get a ride. So we was, doing it on Zoom.
No, we're not doing it on Zoom. This is the judge, and the judge doesn't do exams on Zoom. Under any circumstances ever.
Is my lawyer not there right now?
I don't know. Have you seen, Kerry Martin? He's in the building. He's not in the courtroom.
Oh, no.
Hold on a minute. We're going to get him in the courtroom.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Martin, Mr. Lake is confused about where he's supposed to be right now. So
Yes, Mr. Lake, and I take responsibility for not alerting the court about this earlier. I'm sorry. Mr. Lake lives in rural Monroe County, Michigan. In the city of Navy, does not have any means of transportation. He is on a tether right now. He's been in contact with me and another attorney on the case. I would add, and he is prepared to waive this preliminary exam.
okay,
Hopefully, I would ask Your Honor to.
sure. You're in luck, Mr. Lake. I do waivers on Zoom. So do you have a camera that you can activate, or is that beyond your technological capacity? Because it's probably beyond mine.
I really don't know.
That's all right. Mr. Martin, are you satisfied that the voice we're hearing is your client?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr.
All right.
Lake has-
Thank you. Mr. Lake, do you understand the purpose for the preliminary exam that's scheduled for today?
Yes, I do.
And have you discussed your rights and your options with your attorney?
Yes, I have.
Do you understand those rights and those options?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you understand, sir, that if you waive the exam today, that means your next court date is going to be at the circuit court level in Detroit, not at the district court in Romulus? Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right? And understanding all of this, are you waiving your right to an exam freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Are we satisfied with the waiver?
Satisfied, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Lake, I've accepted your waiver. Your next court date is going to be April 2nd, 9 a.m.
Okay.
I will continue your bond and wish you luck downtown. Do you have any questions for either myself or your attorney?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
I'm sure Mr. Martin will be in touch.
Yes, I will, Mr. Lake.
Thank you.
All right, good luck downtown, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll see you.
You as well, Todd.
I heard it on news channel. Because they want people to be aware because.
All right, calling Andre Harris.
Morning, Your Honor. Do you want me to hear it with people or? Yes.
It's always morning somewhere, counsel.
Okay, appearing on behalf of Andre Harris, who is president. The table to my left.
Good morning, Mr. Harris.
People PA 408.
Thank you. What are we doing?
Are we, we're really anything?
All right, have a seat, settle in. Lekki, just how it sounds. There you go. Spelling, I don't know. All right, let's call a witness.
And Your Honor, the people will firstly develop this Deontay Harris to assume. Can you make an approach?
Sure.
Just waiting.
Awesome.
Sorry. So no, that what I was hoping you was on.
To establish proper cause for the search of the vehicle.
That makes sense. I mean, let's watch stipulate. This is where we're listening to stipulate to the problem call. I'm sure.
I don't think it was. Thank you, Judge.
Miss Harris, come on up. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today?
Yes, I do.
Come on up here and watch your step. There's an incline ramp right here. It'll trip you if you're not ready for it. Settle in that chair right there. Get comfortable. State your name for the record.
My name is Keontae Harris.
Thank you. Go ahead, Constable.
Thank you, Judge. And I apologize. Just a motion to sequester all witnesses except for the oral statement.
And look around. Anybody here that shouldn't be for a sequestration order?
I don't.
Not that I suggest.
Okay. Proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. Do you recognize a, Mr. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
Andre Harris.
Do you recognize an Andre Harris?
Yes, I do.
Can you please point to him and identify him by something he's wearing for the record?
Yes. He has a plain shirt and dark.
Noted for the record.
There you go. And how do you know Mr. Harris?
I was married since
For how long?
12 years.
And where do you live?
I live in Belleville, Michigan.
And what is your address?
13218 Mansoff Court.
Okay. And is that in Wayne County?
Yes, it's Point County.
Okay. And did you live there on 1/29/2025?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did anything out of the ordinary happen on it?
Yes, I did.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. I was at home on the telephone with my financial advisor. Around the 4 o'clock hour, my battery was going low, so I got up to get the charger. When I went to the vehicle to get the charger, the cell phone was plugged into the charger, which was plugged into the wall. I unplugged the cell phone from the charger and I disconnected the charger from the wall and plugged it into my cell phone, which was in my hand. I walked out of the bedroom and I was walking back into the lawn to finish my conversation and to plug in the charger before the phone. In the midst of me walking out in the hallway into the loft, the stairs approached me aggressive and with some curse words about the charger. So he went to grab the charger, which was in my hand with my phone, and he took my finger, trying to get my phone out of my hand, and did my left hand back. I had the phone in my hand. The phone fell to the ground, and we both tried to grab the phone, pick the phone up, and threw it against the window. I tried to retrieve the phone again, threw it against the wall. After that, I pushed me and went downstairs, elbow over my side. Elbow me and went. That's all.
And those contacts to your person, were those consented to? Did you consent him to
No.
bring your pants back? Okay.
No.
And after that, what happened?
After that, I called the police to let them know what was going on, and they let me know they had already received a phone call and they were en route to the house.
Okay. Okay, and did they arrive?
Yes, they were.
And did you make contact with them?
Yes, when the police came, the door was open, and I agreed with the police officer, sat at the side of the house, asked what happened, and I gave him the story, and he also gave me a statement, paper to write on the statement.
Okay. And was Mr. Harris there?
No,
Okay, I have no further questions from this witness. Thank you.
Ms. Taylor?
Ms. Harris, your testimony is that you got up to get the charger and my client's phone was plugged into it?
yes,
Isn't it fair to say that when my client was coming up the stairs, you were laying at the top of the stairs?
yes, I was sitting at the top of.
To the fact where he had to step over you to get by you, is that correct?
No, we have a loft upstairs, so when you come upstairs, there's an open floor.
And that's the bedroom that the two of you shared during the marriage, correct?
The loft is not open loft, it's not included in the bedroom at all. The bedrooms are off to the side.
And so you would agree that this was Mr. Harris's charger?
No, it's not upstairs.
And so your testimony is this was your charger?
This is the charger for the home, so we have 3 iPhone chargers, which we all use. So that was my kid's never used to hear. So that's the charger that literally stays in the bedroom, that had been in the bedroom for over 2 years.
And isn't it fair that he asked for the charger?
No, he did not ask me for a charger.
Is it true that the two of you have a history where you call the police on Mr. Harris when you're upset?
Your Honor, now I'm gonna interrupt.
Hold on, Ms. Harris. Ms. Harris, when there's an objection, you can't talk.
Oh,
Check the relevance about any calls. And also this is for the evidence that we have not noticed, so.
I'm not seeking to
Pick either way.
the evidence, it's just the credibility of the witness, and I'm not even asking for the substance of those prior calls, just whether she has called in the past.
I'll allow it.
I have never called the police on Andre unless it has physical contact. So a push, a shove, a hit. Those are the things where I call.
And so that would be, yes, you called the police in the past.
When there has been physical
Yes.
touch, correct.
And it's also fair to say that the two of you recently went through a divorce, correct?
Yes,
And would you agree that that was a contentious process?
yes,
And as part of that divorce, the marital home, which is the home that you were at on the date in question, is being sold. Is that correct?
the house is sold,
So that is correct.
yes,
And you are to vacate the home by the 28th. Is that correct?
correct.
And so when you had interactions with law enforcement on this night in question, is it fair that they asked you if you wanted to move forward?
Yes, it is,
And you told them that you're in fear for your life.
correct.
But isn't it true that since that incident, you've attempted to reach out to Mr. Harris?
Yes, I have.
So you're not in fear for your life to the point that you don't want to contact him.
I reached out to Mr. Harris for his children because we have 50-50 custody. And I was told that I can reach out to Mr. Harris and continue the court order that the judge stated in our divorce. So we're supposed to be 50-50. Mr. Harris has not came and kept the kids only for one weekend and then the following day. So I also reached out to him to say, hey, Mr. Harris, after he sent a meme that had nothing to do with the children to me, I was finding back with it. We need to keep your children, we need to keep your children here. But I was never under the impression that there was no contact where I couldn't contact him as far as the kids.
Speaking of that meme was sent in 2024 though, correct?
That meme was sent on February the 18th of this year.
And so a subpoena of Facebook or Instagram will show that that meme was not sent in the year 2024.
Yes, I have it on my phone now.
And you admit that you contacted Mr. Harris through social media.
Right after he contacted me with the meme, my response was, when can your kids get their haircut?
These are yes or no. So
Yes.
you contacted him through social media.
After I was contacted, yes.
And your testimony is that you contacted him for the children. You were upset that Mr. Harris wasn't coming to the home for parenting time, correct?
No, that's incorrect. I was never upset. My kids would like to see their father, that's their used to their father in their lives. And we have a court order. So I would like for him to be able to see the kids and keep them on the days that he is the great work that he's supposed to keep the kids. So
And when you say see the kids, you mean you would like him to come to the marital home to see the kids?
no, I was told that he cannot come to the home. He can only contact me for parental anything about the kids. He can only contact me when it's time to drop the kids off or when it's time to pick the kids up.
And you would agree that Mr. Harris is a good father, correct?
No, I'm not agree. In the past, yes, I'm seeing a different side of them now where I can't actually say I agree with that.
Yes, but the fear that you testify that you have, you obviously don't have that fear with children.
I'm
correct?
here for my life, not for the kids. I would never fear for the kids with the father.
Nothing further.
Okay.
Any redirect of this witness? Ma'am, you can step down. Step on that one. Next witness, Mr. Lucky.
Your Honor, people call, Officer Stanton.
Thanks, Ken. Officer, come on up front. Raise your right hand. You swear, affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Come on up. Have a seat. Settle in, watch the ramp. Get comfortable, state your name.
Name is Jeffrey Stanton.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Vanderneck.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, officer.
Good afternoon.
And I'm so sorry, what was your rank?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Good afternoon, Sergeant Stanton. Sergeant Stanton, what is your current occupation?
I'm a patrol supervisor with the Van Buren Township Police Department.
Oh wait, how long have you been with Van Buren Township Police Department?
17 years.
What training did you receive to become a police officer with Van Buren Township?
Went through the standard police, basic police academy, and then numerous trainings throughout the last 17 years.
Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna take you back to, and can you explain what your duties include in your current position?
Duties include supervising a platoon of 6 officers. That's administrative and patrol duties. I also patrol as well.
Okay, I'm gonna take you back to January 29th, 2025. What were you doing that day?
I was on patrol.
Okay, did you have a partner?
No,
Did you receive a call to 13218 Manitowoc Court in Belleville, Michigan?
yes. It's a Belleville address, Belleville mailing address, but it's in Van Buren Township.
Okay, and that's in the county of Wayne?
Yes.
Okay. What happened after you received, or what type of call did you receive regarding that address?
The call was for a civil standby. Somebody called stating that they wanted to retrieve property from the residents.
Okay. Do you know who called?
Mr. Harris.
Okay. And what happened next?
While I was driving there, Officer Champagne got to the location first
And dispatch advised that Mr. Harris called to cancel, saying that he wasn't going to go to the residence. Yes.
Okay. What happened next?
Officer Champagne advised that there was a domestic violence situation that happened previous, that Mr. Harris was the suspect.
Okay. And what did you do after you received that information?
Officer Champagne, I was still continuing to the address. Officer Champagne advised that Mr. Harris was driving I believe he called it a Cadillac truck, which we later found out was a Cadillac Escalade, gold or champagne in color.
Okay. And did you have any contact with Mr. Harris on that day?
Yes, the Cadillac Escalade passed me. I got behind it, I ran the license plate, I came back to the victim, and I made a traffic stop on the vehicle.
And I'm sorry, who is the victim?
I don't know how to pronounce the first name. It's Kianta Harris. I don't want to misspell or mispronounce her name.
There you go. And what did you do? What did you do next?
I made a traffic stop on the vehicle. I placed Mr. Harris under arrest for domestic violence. He was placed in the rear of my vehicle.
Did he make any statements to you while you were arresting him? If you recall?
No, I don't recall specifically.
Okay. When he was, did he ask you to retrieve any property for him from the car?
Yes, I advised him I was going to turn the vehicle over to the registered owner and asked if he would like any of his property out of the vehicle before I turned it over to him. He requested a backpack and said please.
Okay, and where was the backpack in the car?
In the second row seat, right behind the center console.
Okay, right behind the center console, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe the backpack?
It was just a backpack.
Okay.
Black and minimal to had a couple of them colors on.
What type of material was it made of?
Nylon.
Okay. And what happened next?
I recovered the backpack and the set of keys from the car first with the bus. And prior to putting the items into my patrol car, I inventoried them.
Okay, what happened when you inventoried the items?
In the main compartment of the backpack, I found a 9mm Taurus handgun. And then in a separate, that handgun was unloaded at that time. And then in a separate compartment in the backpack, I found a magazine containing 9mm ammunition.
Okay, and I'm sorry, you said the magazine contained 9mm ammunition?
Yes, I believe it was 12 rounds in that magazine.
Okay. Where in the backpack, if you recall, was the 9mm?
In the main compartment.
Okay, and where was the magazine, the ammunition?
In a separate compartment that had another zipper directly adjacent to the main compartment.
Okay. I'm sorry, you said directly adjacent to the main compartment?
Yes.
Did defendant tell you that there was a firearm in the backpack?
No.
Sorry, I did ask for just a brief indulgence. And what did you do when you found the firearm?
I rendered it safe and collected it as evidence. It was like a package and it was transported to the police station where it was packaged and secured in the property locker.
Do you know if the defendant had a CPL at the time?
I did run Mr. Harris through linking to check for CPL status and it said that he was disqualified.
Okay. Thank you. And just to back up a little bit, you said that you found the backpack in the defendant was in the driver's seat of the vehicle.
Correct.
Of an Escalade. And you said that the backpack was directly behind the center console.
Yeah, so not directly, it was on the floor of the second row seating. So it wasn't directly behind the driver's seat, it was kind of in the middle of the driver and front passenger, like directly behind the center console.
Okay, thank you. And Judge, I would just like the record to reflect that when the sergeant was describing where the firearm was, he did gesture with his right hand behind him to the right.
I would object that that gesture indicates any type of proximity because the officer just testified not directly behind.
I'll take judicial notice if I know where a counsel is and I know where a second row seat is.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your witness, Mr.
Oh, I'm sorry, just a moment.
Sure.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Now you're witness, Ms. Taylor.
Sergeant, on that day that you arrived, were you with a partner?
No.
And are you aware that Mr. Harris had also called law enforcement that day?
Yes, that's the call. Responding to was when he called.
Okay, so you were responding to his call, not Mrs. Harris.
Right.
And do you know what the reason for his call was?
To retrieve property.
Okay. And was there any direction or advice provided by law enforcement with respect to his question to retrieve property?
Don't understand trades.
So did anyone say, yes, you can go back to the home to retrieve your property?
The plan was to do a civil standby where we go with him to retrieve property.
And so initially, was the plan to arrest Mr. Harris for domestic violence or just to go there for a civil standby?
I was just going there for a civil standby at that point.
So at what point did it turn from a civil standby to an arrest for domestic violence?
Officer Champagne spoke to somebody at the residence, Miss Harris, and she advised that there was some sort of domestic violence assault that occurred where Mr. Harris was the suspect in.
Okay, and are you aware if there were any injuries or ambulance called?
No, there was no ambulance call. I know that. I don't believe there was any injuries, no.
Any photographs of anything?
No. Not of injuries.
And when you effectuated the stop of Mr. Harris, was he cooperative?
Yes.
And he was immediately placed under arrest for domestic violence?
I spoke with him for a couple of moments, given our position and where he was on the entrance ramp to the highway. I waited for another officer to arrive before we took him into custody.
And when you went back into the vehicle at that point to get the book bag, was that upon the request of Mr. Harris, or were you just doing a search of the vehicle?
It was upon his request. I asked if he wanted any property retrieved from the vehicle before, any of his property retrieved from the vehicle before it was turned over to somebody else.
And was there any other search of the vehicle outside of that?
No, I just recovered the property that he asked for.
And you said that was on the floor of the second row?
Yes.
And the firearm was inside of the main compartment of the backpack, is that correct?
Yes.
Separated from the magazine?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, nothing further.
Any redirect?
This courtroom session showcased how judges balance courtroom efficiency, prosecutorial discretion, and procedural fairness under pressure. Early in the hearing, the judge dismissed a felony charge without prejudice after learning scheduling conflicts tied to a police funeral had disrupted proceedings, while still allowing prosecutors the option to refile later. The judge repeatedly pushed attorneys to move cases efficiently, showing frustration when parties appeared unprepared or failed to appear on time. One of the strongest moments came when the judge confronted a defendant seeking to clear old convictions after missing multiple court dates. The hearing also highlighted important criminal procedure issues, including preliminary exam waivers, victim cooperation in misdemeanor cases, and evidentiary testimony in a domestic violence and firearm investigation involving Andre Harris. Prosecutors relied on witness testimony and police evidence to establish probable cause, while defense counsel focused on credibility issues, inconsistencies, and the context of an ongoing divorce dispute. The hearing demonstrated how courtroom decisions often depend not only on the law itself, but also on witness reliability, procedural compliance, and judicial discretion.